Off recruiting, your team leaves in the morning for Houston. You put in your work here. How do you feel as you get ready to go to the bowl site about what you've gotten accomplished here?
They've done really well. We've stayed healthy. We had some physical practices. We went against each other quite a bit. We did inside drill against each other to try to keep the physicality going. The team we're playing is very, very, very talented and very physical. In the last two games, we played the number one ranked defense in the Big 12, and now we're playing the number one ranked defense in the SEC. And so physicality is going to be a big part of this, portal or no portal or who's in or who's out, either way. We don't know or have an idea on a lot of schemes, so we practiced hard against each other, and we put a package together for Texas A&M that gives us a variety of ways we can go based on what we could potentially see in the game. So we'll fly down tomorrow and have a light practice. We'll go heavy the next day. We'll have a Wednesday practice the next day. Then we'll have a Thursday, and then a half a Wednesday, and then we'll have a Thursday, and that'll be it.
Then 2 or 3 more on the bowl with Coach, then we'll wrap it up.
In that last bowl game in Arizona last year, Ollie caught that touchdown on the 1-yard line, led the team in carries. Did he show you anything in that game?
Ollie?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. He didn't rush for what? So, I don't think Ollie gave anybody in this organization or any of you guys any indication of what we had with him until after the third game of the year. He was we saw talent. That's why we changed our style of offense to what we did. But if we would have seen or known what we ended up having, if we had a Doak Walker winner, we would have done it earlier than that. We didn't see it now. Maybe we missed it. But the transition to put him back in the eye and let him run downhill is the reason that he was able to win the Doak Walker, and is the reason that we were able to have a good season is because of that move. After the bowl game, we didn't have any idea.
On that Zoom earlier this month, you mentioned how you're kind of treating this practice window as like a spring practice where you're getting a lot of guys involved. Is there any thought of making the bowl game like that too, like a spring game where you get more guys involved than you would in the past?
Some people are doing that. I saw where my good buddy Mike Loxley at Maryland, the head coach, I saw somebody had texted me an article where he's using it as, he called it a preseason game, like an NFL preseason game. He's going to play multiple skill guys at different positions, I think even his quarterbacks, because his quarterback, I think, went to the draft. And he had used that term. I don't feel that way about it. Our practices are to benefit the long term of the organization, and then we'll be a little more specific down at the bowl for Texas A&M for what we think that we can see. But we're not gonna. We might play some other guys but we're not gonna wholesale NFL preseason game. I'm not comfortable with that. I want to play well. I want to practice well. I want to play well, and I want to find a way to win the football game. Now, that doesn't mean playing some young players we can't win the game, but we're not necessarily in a preseason rotation.
Do you have a clear picture on what A&M's roster looks like now at this point, or?
Well, other than what we know, just like you guys, from what's on paper. But I saw they had somebody sent me. They had a whiteout just leave a day or two ago, but I don't know if he's playing in the bowl or not. We just have what's left on paper, but it's no different than what you guys have.